toy fans, D21Beast Rob here, checking in with you guys at the end of the year. 2015 is over. We had a great year of toys and reviews, and I thought we'd go ahead and take a look back now and see what some of the best toys were, and I wanted to share a countdown with you guys.
Excuse me, bub?
Oh yeah, Wolverine and I will be sharing a countdown with you guys featuring the best toys of 2015.
Am I on the list?
Nope, you're a 2014 figure and you made it on the list last year.
Yeah, as an honorable mention.
Hey, that's actually a great place to start. Let's go ahead and begin this countdown with what we thought were some of the best toys of 2015.
Not me.
But didn't quite make the cut.
They're losers. Runner-ups and honorable mentions.
Alright, toy fans, as the man said, these are my runner-up and honorable mention figures. And as you can see, there does appear to be a lot sitting there in front of you, but that's because this was a really great year for a lot of different toy lines. Especially Marvel Legends, but we'll talk about those more in a minute. The first figures I want to highlight are the Masher figures you see over here on the left with Ant-Man, General Grievous, and Boba Fett. Now in the case of the Marvel Superhero Mashers Ant-Man, I'd kind of fallen out of love with the Marvel Masher figures this year. If you go back and watch my Death of Wolverine Superhero Masher review, you'll see me in the prime of my anger once I discovered that the shoulder hinges on Marvel Masher figures were now gone. And as my disappointment mellowed and turned into lowered expectations for all future Marvel Masher figures, I was pleasantly charmed when this Ant-Man figure came out, not only being based off the Eric O'Grady Ant-Man, which I know is weird for a lot of people, but that's my favorite Ant-Man. He also came with these fantastic ant accessories to plug onto his body. What a perfect idea for a Marvel Masher figure. But in a year of largely ho-hum Masher figures based on Marvel properties, Hasbro really stepped up their game with these Star Wars Masher figures. And while Boba Fett still remains one of my favorite, it's actually the General Grievous Masher that's taking me the most by surprise from this line. I am not a fan of Grievous in any way, shape, or form, or really the prequels for that matter. But the Grievous Masher turned out so well and is so much fun, it actually makes me drop all the baggage I've got for the prequel films and just enjoy the figure for what it is. And I think that's really special when a toy can do that for you. And speaking of figures that subverted my expectations, we've got the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Iron Fist figure from the Odin wave. And honestly, it's a figure that I completely overlooked, having already had an Iron Fist from Toy Biz in my collection, and the only reason I picked up this guy to begin with was because he was the last figure I needed to complete my Odin Build-A-Figure. But boy was I surprised when I popped him out. I enjoyed all the extra hand accessories that he had. He's really fun to pose. He's got a great paint job. He really is a fun Marvel Legends figure that definitely deserves your attention. Moving onward, we've got the DC Icons Green Arrow figure. DC Collectibles is trying to compete with Marvel Legends, and they gave a good strong effort. Unfortunately, the figures turned out to be a little bit smaller in scale than the Marvel Legends line, but they do actually match up nicely with Mattel's Movie Master line. But where this figure really shines is with the accessories. Green Arrow's actually got an elastic string on his bow, he's got a quiver that holds several arrows, and he's got hands specially designed for knocking an arrow and holding his bow in position. And I think he was the true standout of Icons Wave 1. Behind Green Arrow, we've got the First Order Stormtrooper from Hasbro. Honestly, it's really just a basic figure with some black and white color tones, but I think that's what really makes the figure appeal to me as well. And I like the design of the costumes in general from the movies. A lot of the 6-inch scale Black Series Star Wars figures suffer from a lack of double jointed elbows, and I don't think that hinders your enjoyment of the First Order Stormtrooper figure. Plus, it's got the added benefit of having the same size neck peg as the Black Series Finn figure. So if you got both of them, you can actually put Finn back in his Stormtrooper outfit, which I think is a nice touch. Next to the First Order Stormtrooper, we've got the Hasbro Infinite Series Daredevil figure from the Hobgoblin wave. A truly fantastic Daredevil figure. I really don't have any complaints about this guy. He's a lot of fun to pose. I like the way they've handled the darker red costume with the brighter red accents on the gloves, boots, and on his eyes. He just didn't quite make the cut for my top figures of the year, but it's definitely one you guys want to check out. And the same can be said for the Pizza Spider-Man. This figure took everything that I enjoyed about the superior Spider-Man from last year and improved on it. We got more interchangeable hands than we got last year, we got the excellent pizza slice, an alternate head with a smiling Peter Parker, and this figure seems like it's going to be the standard mold used for all future Spider-Man figures, at least for the time being. Again, like Daredevil, nothing really wrong with it, it just didn't make my top toys of the year. Finally, behind all of these guys that I've actually done reviews of, we've got Coulson, Thor, and Blizzard. Let's call those my honorary mentions. Those are figures that I didn't get a chance to review this year on my channel, but I have thoroughly enjoyed each one since taking them out of the box.
What do you know? I'm not an honorable mention this year.
Because you're a 2014 figure.
You mean I didn't place this year either?
You weren't eligible. I'm only ranking the figures that I actually reviewed this year and that were actually released in 2015.
You're not about to Steve Harvey this thing, are you?
You're unbelievable! Look, why don't you make yourself useful and start us off with number 5.
Number 5? You didn't even have 10 places! No wonder I didn't make the cut!
I shortened things down because, reasons. Look, it'll make sense to them once they see the list.
Whatever, bub. It's not like my feelings can get hurt any worse. Let's just get this mess over with. Number 5.
Alright, toy fans, kicking things off at number 5, we have the Uncanny X-Men Minimates from Diamond Select that were released earlier this year. As you can tell from these Minimate figures, their costumes are based on the classic Jim Lee cover from Uncanny X-Men 275. And I absolutely love that these Minimates were made available to us. It's really cool to have a bunch of uniform X-Men that all look like they belong on the same team. Each one of these guys come with their appropriate accessories. You see Forge here with the gun, Psylocke's got her psychic knife, Jubilee's got some effects blast, Gambit's got his cards and a satchel, Wolverine's got his hands both with and without claws, Storm's got 2 sets of lightning. Everything's here to allow you to properly show off the Merry Mutant's powers. We even have some flight stands in the back, as you can see there with Banshee and Storm. But the interesting thing about this wave was the way that Diamond chose to distribute these Minimates. Every 2-pack in the wave came with an X-Man and a member of the Freedom Force, but then they gave you extra pieces to convert your X-Man into a totally different character. If you're like me, you went and bought doubles of all the 2-packs because you wanted to be able to have all the X-Men. And they certainly look fantastic together, but I also think that they did a great job on the Freedom Force characters that you got in those box sets as well. As you see here, we did get Avalanche, Pyro, Blob, and Destiny. This is an absolutely fantastic set of X-Men minifigures. I love the Minimates line in general, I love the X-Men, and I'm really excited to have this as part of my collection.
Number 4.
Alright, toy fans, here we have number 4 on my list, and we are looking at the Marvel Select Hulkbuster figure. This is a truly gorgeous and phenomenal figure given to us by Diamond Select earlier this year. Now, if you guys couldn't tell by the inclusion of the Marvel Legends Blizzard during the honorary mentions portion of this video, I am a huge fan of the 90s Iron Man animated series, and consequently a huge fan of this behemoth ever since he debuted on that TV show. Now, obviously it appeared in the comics first, but I was completely awestruck as a kid seeing this on the small screen. And the way Diamond has chosen to handle this figure is truly magnificent. As you look around, you'll see tons of detail on this guy. Rivets in the legs, lots of sculpted detail in the armor, there's different shapes for the different plates. I mean, there's no small detail missed on this figure. On the back, he looks absolutely fantastic. Looking at the lower part of his back, this is just a really amazing looking Hulkbuster figure. They even used that metallic red paint. And the best part about this guy is that he stands better in scale with Marvel Legends figures than he does with Marvel Select. It's like Diamond saw what we were missing in the 6-inch scale and decided to throw us a bone. For my money, this is the best Iron Man figure we received in 2015. And if you're like me, you've probably already proudly added this Toy of the Year contender to your collection.
Number 3.
Alright, toy fans, here we have number 3 on my countdown. Wait, what's that? You can't see because there's too many accessories in the way? Well, I'm afraid that's just a problem you're gonna have to learn to deal with whenever Diamond Select makes these amazing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Minimate figures. Initially, I just wanted to put Casey Jones on my list because I was thrilled to death that he was actually show accurate, had all of his accessories, had the interchangeable hands and the heads and the whole bit. Way better than Playmate's official offering in the 5-inch scale. But then I kind of felt bad because I was leaving out Michelangelo with Ice Cream Kitty and his skateboard, or Donatello with his electronic gadgets and ooze canister, or even Raph with his pet turtle Spike, or any of these turtles coming with their extra slices of pizza. All of these minifigures are excellently sculpted and excellently painted, and I just love that we get tons of accessories so we can switch out the way we want to display these guys. It makes these things a lot of fun. In fact, I like the Ninja Turtle Minimate line so much, I've already purchased Series 3, and you'll see that soon on my channel. But these Ninja Turtle Minimates are so good, it actually makes me want to stop collecting the official 5-inch line of turtle figures from Playmates, who's had the license for years. Now that's the mark of a good toy line.
Number 2.
Alright, toy fans, here we are at number 2 when we've got the NECA Ultimate T800 Terminator figure. A re-release of a previous Terminator, but this time it comes fully loaded with extra accessories, noticing a pattern, and with some extra heads, allowing you to have a lot of fun customizing your Terminator figure and recreating those iconic scenes from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. The paintwork is absolutely flawless on this figure, the sculpting is phenomenal. Like I said in my original review, I can't believe he's got all the bullet holes on the back of his jacket. Such a great attention to detail. NECA thought of everything on this guy. I don't have a lot more to say than this truly is the ultimate Terminator figure. And you can bet I'm waiting with bated breath for that ultimate Sarah Connor and ultimate T1000 figure coming in early 2016. Judgment Day is inevitable, and so too should be adding this Terminator figure to your collection.
And now for the best there is at what they do. Besides me.
Alright, toy fans, you heard correctly. We are at the number 1 spot on my toy countdown, and this is the wave that, for me, broke the top 10 Toys of the Year format. As I was putting my list together, I knew I wanted to throw in Kraven because I absolutely love that figure. I knew I wanted to throw in Chameleon because we've been waiting forever for a Chameleon for Marvel Legends. I knew I wanted to throw in Scarlet Spider because it was actually a better Spider-Man figure than the pizza-eating Spidey that we already received. And that Ghost Rider is amazing too. Then to top it off with that Build-A-Figure, it's everything you could want in a Build-A-Figure. Size, articulation, detail. Really, the only weak points to the wave are the White Tiger and the Superior Venom. But honestly, if you sit back and think about it, this wave has something for everybody. You've got your very first Spider-Man villain. You've got a classic 60s villain. You've got your Supernatural. You've got your modern animated series. You've got your 90s love. And your 2000s love. And you have a truly badass Build-A-Figure. As I started to put together a list of the top 10 toys of the year, I kept finding myself putting basically this entire wave on the list, so I figured, with such an amazing wave of Legends, I had to make it number 1. I said it in my Rhino review, but Hasbro truly hit a grand slam with this wave of Marvel Legends figures. I dare say this wave even rivals anything that Toy Biz ever gave us. Even if you're not a fan of a particular character in this wave, you have to acknowledge that each one seems lovingly crafted by Hasbro. So thank you Hasbro for giving us a truly spectacular wave of Marvel Legends figures, and thank you Rhino Build-A-Figure Wave for being my top toys of 2015. You guys have earned it. There you go, Toy Fans. That's my list for 2015. It was really hard to narrow down the winners, but I think in the end I had a list that was pretty well run with some pretty solid choices, and they're all toys that I still really enjoy today.
Why don't you pat yourself on the back some more?
Anyway, did you guys like my choices? Did you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below.
Well, I think your list was complete crap and you should start over.
And I think I'm glad you can't reach a keyboard.
Short jokes.
Thanks for joining our countdown today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you had a great 2015 as well. If you guys like what you saw here, give this video a like, go ahead and share it with your friends. Also, feel free to catch up with me at D21Beast on Twitter and Instagram. I love interacting with you guys. Hope you had fun this time. We'll be seeing you in the days and the weeks and the months coming up throughout the rest of 2016. Have a great year.
We'll see you next time.